Hi, welcome to the Red Booth Show. Tonight's episode features Jierra. She's an amazing singer, and we talk about her history in performing both dance and song. So check it out.
Times when we don't know that this beyond prayer, when we lose our way.
So hi, Jierra. How's it going?
It's been awesome.
That's so cool. I'm so happy to have you on the show.
I know. I'm so glad you asked me because I've watched your show before and I thought it was great. And so when you asked me, I was really excited.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I really wanted to have you on because I think you have got one of the most beautiful singing voices I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Yes.
I do enjoy singing.
You're amazing at it.
Thanks. I've been doing it a long time.
I know. I was just finding that out. I mean, you've been at this since you were very little.
Yes. I actually used to sit on my dad's knee when I was a baby. Now, some people, I guess, don't remember those kinds of things, but I clearly do. And I just loved music ever since literally the first memories that I have were just with him listening and loving music.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. And then I just started doing it and never quit.
What were some of the first performances that you did?
In school, when I was about, I think, 5 or so, I actually remember the first time that I went, oh, not just do I love music, but I think I want to be a performer. I was only 3 years old, and my older sister was going to do a performance, and my mom brought me to the venue, and I saw the stage. I was in my little tiny dress, and I could barely see over the chairs, but I saw the stage, and I looked at the big ceiling above, and I went, oh my gosh, I completely feel like this is where I need to be. And I just knew from that point forward that that would be in my life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And it has been.
It totally has.
You're actually a classically trained singer from what I understand, right?
Yeah, actually. How did you even know that? She does her research.
I do little something.
Google. Yeah, I started out, my first desire was to be an opera singer, which I still love opera.
Oh my God.
And I've done opera and I will continue to do opera, but I'm really glad that that was the foundation of my original training.
Can you sing a little?
Of course, right now or like later?
Like, just do 2 opera notes.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Which one do I know? Wasn't really ready for that.
Oh my God. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm getting like physical reactions from the singing on my booth. This is really amazing.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
Well, I do love opera, but then as I started getting a little older and becoming aware of other forms of music, I was like, oh, wait a second. Bass?
Yeah.
Drums? Like, I need some of that. So I started actually creating a lot of different kinds of music and a lot of different genres until I really found my fit, which was cool. It was kind of like trying on a lot of different clothes.
Yeah.
And you might admire them on other people, and then you kind of find what works for you, and that's how my music journey was personally.
So, what would you say your current style of music is?
I would say that's a good question. I'm definitely, for my own music, because I write and produce music for other artists too, across the boards.
Wow.
So when I'm doing me, it's definitely in the pop genre, but what the heck does that mean anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's a little edgy. I definitely sing, but I really like real instrumentation. So I like real drums and real horns and strings and stuff. But if you can imagine that with a little bit of grit to it, well, I guess you'll hear soon because it's coming.
Well, if it's anything like the stuff that I saw on indie.com, that was pretty amazing.
Actually, yeah, the first Foursquare, I always call it the Foursquare video.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be able to show that on your show.
Sure, we could.
Okay, cool.
I said I was afraid to fall. I told you I've been burned before. You looked at me and said, don't worry, baby.
Right. Right.
That song is going to be the first single. And now I've taken that, and if you haven't seen it, or if it doesn't wind up in the clip or whatever, I did all the instrumentation with my voice out of necessity because I didn't have anything with me. I was in a hotel room. And then now we've taken that, and I went in with an actual producer and then doubled up. I kept all the original content in it, which was very important to me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I wanted actually for people to see the progression between taking this was how it started in this actual hotel room. No, the original vocals and everything have stayed, and then they've been added with horns and drums and then the studio and stuff. Just to kind of inspire people like, hey, you can start here and have it go all the way to here.
I love that.
It was important to me. I fought for that.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well, I think if I recall that you also have done some dance stuff.
Yeah, I grew up as a dancer.
That's
I danced
what I thought.
a lot of my life. I still plan on dancing, when I do concerts and stuff like that. Like all my like background dancers and stuff, we're gonna do it. Something like Beyonce. But yeah, I grew up with formal dance training, some major ballet, did the point shoes. Did all that. Yeah.
That looks so painful. Like
it's very painful.
Oh my God.
And there ain't no way around it.
Like your toes, like don't people like break their toes?
Yep. You do a lot of things. I didn't break my toes. And just for the record out there in the world, I wanted my feet to stay pretty. So a lot of teachers will not let you tape your toes and stuff. But I was like, I'm thinking longevity here. I'm taping. So I taped my toes. Just in case.
Oh my God, a ballerina rebel.
Yeah, totally. I actually have become a little bit of a rebel, which is interesting to me because
you were like not so much when you were growing up. Yeah.
I was the little quiet little ballerina princess, and my sister was the rebel. Everyone who knows my sister knows she was the rebel, but I've kind of become a quiet rebel, especially through the different experiences I've been through in the music industry. I've realized there are things that I'm not into. And
like what?
Well, too much to get into in a 30-minute interview, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, girl, we could go on for a long time,
days.
I'm sure.
Yeah. We'll do the 2-hour special at some point.
Just give us the overall scoop on what you think you don't like and what you do so far.
Well, I actually have been through a lot of different labels, and I'm not saying that all labels are bad or anything like that. I'm saying that I think it's really important. Wait, I'm looking at a camera now. Which camera do I look? I got to speak.
If you want to say,
I got to speak on this.
Okay.
I speak on this.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say to you and to the world, to any artist out there, I think it's very, very important that you know what you want as an artist. Not only in your own sound, but like why is it that you're doing this? Why? Because, I love art. I've grown up in music. But when I was very young, I realized to me that it was an important vehicle to actually move people. And that doesn't necessarily mean, I do my dance songs, and I do my angry songs, my sad songs, and my happy songs, but there was a part of me that wanted to stay true to myself. And that can get really tossed around, and when you start getting involved in different, industry aspects of this game, because it's a big game, So when such and such wants you to be this way, but no, this one wants you to be that way, no, we want you to look this way, or no, we don't want you to sound that way, and all that kind of stuff. And it happens. I'm really watering that down right now. Not to get too dramatic on it, but it happens.
What would be like an example of what's happened? Like something that someone's told you like that?
Well, I went through different progressions of music where I was doing styles that weren't even remotely what I wanted to be doing. I was still writing and stuff, which was cool. So I never said anything that I didn't personally really want to say. Mm-hmm. So I found that to be kind of a good thing to hold on to. Mm-hmm. But I was doing...
That's good. That's at least something, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
But I was really doing pushed into R&B for a while, and then other things that were very, very more pop oriented and not... And it took me a while to really find my sound. Mm-hmm. But besides that, I would just say the people that I was involved with. And I think that an important note, because I got to the point where I didn't think it would be possible to do what I wanted the way that I wanted to do it. And there's a lot of people that'll say, no, you can't, you have to make certain sacrifices and stuff. And you do to a certain degree. This is a business. But at the underlying all of that is that I finally have found people that are wonderful people to work with. I'm completely in control of my art and my music and what I want to say and how I want to say it. Everything down to the last drum beat that goes on that song, I am present for and I am directing. And not only that, but on the business aspect, I now have a team of people that really support and want me as a human being to be doing well. It's not just about money or just about product. It's about, is this person okay, and are they thriving, and are they happy? And that is important. And you can have that. There was a time when I didn't think it was possible to find that. You really can, but you gotta look for it.
You just have to be able to say no to those big, kind of scary, people in power that maybe aren't gonna do what you're wanting.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? And again, I'm trying to sum up a lifetime of experiences in a short period of time. But there's the ebb and flow, and there are certain things that you kind of have to go, oh, I see the value in that. That's a good business decision or whatever. But at the bottom of it all, know who you are, know what you want to create, and then just try to find the best pieces that are going to aid that vehicle so that you guys are all going in the same direction at least.
Well, I'm so happy for you that you finally found that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I know it can take a while, and but it's so worth it in the end. I know you have you're working on your next album, your next music video, and things like that coming up next. So.
Yeah, the single will go first, and then we're following it up with. I'm already laying in kind of. I write so much music, it's hard to pick. What do I want this album to be? So I'm choosing that, and I'm going to be shooting the music video soon.
That's really cool.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may need to get some dancing going on.
You're an amazing dancer.
Oh, that's right. Oh, now I know how you know that. Yeah, because we wound up on a dance floor
we went
recently.
Dancing. Sorry, now the cat's out of the bag.
That's right.
Yeah, it was.
That's right.
Yeah, she's quite impressive.
Thank you.
No, I mean, people there were like, "You're a professional dancer, aren't you?" Like they were calling her out. Like she was like, "Me? Oh no, I don't know."
I'm genuinely blushing right now.
She's really amazing. So where can people find your videos of you dancing? Is there anything?
No, you can't.
What? Come on!
No.
You're depriving the world of your dancing.
It's one of those things. Well, it'll get reincorporated back into the music. I kind of went like dancey route, and then was for a while people really wanted me to stand in long dresses and sing like ballads, which is great. I love ballads, and I don't really love dresses, but I'll wear them. So I kind of did that for a long time.
It's your whole Aphrodite, mermaid sort of thing that you have going on, I'm sure.
And a lot of people really were like, that's what you're going to do. And I was like, yeah, but there's more.
Like, there's more to me.
There's more. Wait. I really am. I'm aggressive. Be aggressive.
Well, your recent song really is. What is it called again?
Mr. Worthless.
Mr. Worthless.
Sorry. I know.
Yeah.
I was angry when I wrote it.
Yeah.
I was very angry
but it was
when I wrote
really
that song.
good, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about that and the why I love the way the process is going right now with that song and everything is that I locked myself away in a room for 2 months last year. And I finally went, because I had been in and out of different labels, and I should sound like this and I should sound like that. And I didn't even know what I wanted to sound like anymore. Locked myself away and just sat there and went, what the heck do I want to make? And I had no idea. I cried, I shook, I was like, I can't do this, I don't know. And I went through a whole gamut of emotions, and then finally at the end of it went, okay, there's nobody in here but me right now. All the you should and you don't and wait, you're not. And I was like, they're not here right now. It's just me and this keyboard. And I just kept going at it until I had a body of music that I was like, this is me, without any other outside influence. And that was one of the first songs. And when I finally presented it, it had such a huge ripple effect that it was, I can't even give you what that meant because of the journey that it took to sit there and go, wait a second.
See, that's what I'm saying. When you as an artist find what your true message is, then it's like you strike gold. It's like, bam, you're finally being true to yourself. And that's so clear in that video, which I definitely need to put in this show. So you guys should check it out.
So I put that up. I wasn't even going to submit that video. I submitted it to a competition called indie.com. They were looking for an original song, or that's the thing, was original song competition.
Yeah.
And I literally had a ballad, and I had that one. And I was like, I know everybody knows this about
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to sing this pretty song. And nobody had ever really seen that other side.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, how am I supposed to uplift people and be like this great artist while I'm singing angry songs? And then I really had to have a whole journey on that. Like, wait a second. No, that's not what this is about. You can be angry and say, you need to be real. That's the thing that I think people gravitate towards.
Yeah.
Because when I'm sad, I want to hear a sad song.
Yeah.
And when I'm angry, I want to hear that song.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that really, I didn't want to be fake anymore. You know,
Yeah.
or not that I was being fake before, but I wanted to be more whole.
Yeah.
So I finally was like, and I just submitted that song. And
You can't pretend those kind of emotions aren't there. They
Right.
are. They're there with everybody in the world,
Exactly.
you know?
So I went, okay, here you go. And I really thought it was going to be a hot mess. And 24 hours later, it had gone viral to a certain extent. Like 200,000 people had seen it very quickly. And that's when and I went, whoa. And I went, oh my gosh, So that really meant something to me, and I'm never going to forget that. You gotta do you.
Wow.
Because I'd never had a response like that with anything else before. Yeah, it was an epic moment in my life.
That is so cool. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I know that the world's going to get to hear your beautiful voice.
Yeah, soon.
And you have new management, right? Or I should say representation. What is that? Who are you with now?
In acting land?
That's true. You were also doing some short films and some stuff like that as well. So
Yeah, I don't even talk about that because it's like,
yeah.
I'm doing all these things.
You've been performing for a very long time.
I
So
have.
yeah.
I'm kind of mostly dedicated to music right now, but there are other things. I have other desires and passions that I will absolutely 100% fulfill. But yeah, as far as
your music, who are you working with now?
Well, I have my own personal manager, and I've done this single deal actually with indie.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a whole vista of stuff that people don't realize what they're involved in. So they're really moving heavy into different areas of the entertainment industry. So right now I'm going to put the single out with them, and hopefully it goes really well, and then we kind of have a cool setup to where we'll then see how that goes, and then maybe do the album next.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So indie.com is like basically a website where people can submit and have people vote for them and win contests. So it's all for like independent, short clips of all sorts of different genres, and that was kind of like your breaking video that came out on there.
It was.
Yeah.
And it was so unexpected because I was actually about to sign with another label.
Wow.
Entirely, but it was already feeling fishy.
Yeah.
And I'd felt that before, and
Yeah.
I was already involved with them for about 6 months.
Yeah.
And then this came out of the blue, and my friend was like, "You should submit this video," and I kind of was, I was okay, yeah, sure. And then I got another call. No, you really should. So about a couple days later, I went, okay, cool. And I did my first video with them, and then which was Amazing Grace. I sang Amazing Grace, and the response was immediate. And then I actually, started meeting with the team and stuff, and I went, wow, these are good people.
Yeah.
They're actually good people. They're not faking it.
Well, I don't know if you're prepared for this or not. If you're not, it's fine. But I would love to hear another little song from you.
A little ditty?
A little ditty.
Oh my goodness. Will I blow out your microphone?
I guess you'll just have to keep it going this way, right?
Gosh, I don't even know what to sing for you right now. I'm a little unprepared. This is actually off the cuff.
Okay.
I don't have sleeves on, but if I did,
what kind
it'd
of
be
song
off the cuff.
do you like to sing?
I love singing everything. I mean, I can't really sing you my music right now. That's the only thing.
Because
otherwise,
of this deal.
I'd rip that up.
Okay, because that would be amazing.
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
But because not yet, can't yet.
What's something else that you like singing?
I mean, I love singing Amazing Grace. I sang that on the...
Okay.
I mean, if you want like an old soul revival going on in here.
Just do it.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. I don't want to blow out your microphone, though.
Well, let us know if you... Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There are cameras. There are people. We're looking at people over here. We got sound dudes over here. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, then saved a wretch like me. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, so
hides in hair.
She's gonna be so famous, you guys.
This is actually why I have this hair. So I can go.
So you can just hide behind your hair.
It's so much easier when it's on like a big stage and stuff. It's so much more intimate when it's like, hi.
I know. I just got like the full power of her voice, like right into my soul.
It's like you go to your zone and then you come back. You're like, I'm sitting at this table.
That was amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And we have to take a quick break.
Bye.
I really wanted to put a deck on my house.
The floor was creaking and there were cracks in the wall.
I had them put in walls in my basement.
Well, the whole thing was done on time, on budget, and not a day of work was missed.
Alpha Structural is a top-rate company. I'd recommend them to anybody.
If you live in a hillside home and gravity is pulling you towards the edge of the cliff, I recommend you call Alpha.
It was a real pleasure to work with Alpha.
All right, cool. So where do we leave off?
I don't know. Commercial break.
Yeah, commercial break. So welcome back, guys.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
I'm sitting here with the lovely Jierra.
Thanks.
Jierra is a classically trained singer as well as a dancer that has been in. How many plays have you done in? Like
I don't even know.
It's got to be in the hundreds.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I did a lot of plays when I was a kid. I liked musical theater to some degree. I don't do it anymore right now because now I'm like a rock star.
Yeah.
Maybe someday I'll do Broadway. Who knows?
You could do Jesus Christ Superstar because that's like rock star
You know what?
slash.
I'm going to be honest with you. I want to write one.
That would be amazing.
I do.
You could totally do that.
I do. I want to write. I kind of want to do at some point like a musical film, and then either go musical film to Broadway or vice versa. But I definitely want to do that, and I want it to be like edgy.
You know, you could do that again. With all of your experience, you would be able to be an amazing choreographer.
Well, perhaps. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to stretch a little.
I wish that I had like enough room for you to like do something.
No, it wouldn't happen
dancing,
right now.
No.
It wouldn't happen
right
now.
Can you do the splits?
I'm not answering that on camera.
Okay. I just had to ask. I had Angelina on the show. And
she can do the splits, I heard.
She can do the splits.
Did she do it on camera?
No.
That's so sad.
I know.
That would have been amazing.
But where would she have done the splits? I don't know. I mean, like right here, that would have been like, okay. But yeah, she apparently has been doing also ballet.
Yeah?
Ballet?
Angelina?
Angeline.
Oh, Angeline, yeah.
Yeah.
And Angelina. No, just kidding.
Angelina Jolie also is amazing.
Perhaps. I love her.
Yeah.
I do love her. She actually career-wise,
yeah,
acting, whatever land, she is an idol of mine for sure. The choices that she's made, and now the fact that she's directing, which I never thought I would want to do. And I recently got a taste of that, writing and directing.
Yeah.
Kind of, on the back burner a little bit, because I'm not known for that.
Yeah.
But I love it so much. It is so much work directing a project and being actually responsible for it, but I dig it. So someday I'd like to do, probably do that in the area of film, but one thing at a time, I suppose. Well, not one thing at a time, I don't believe in that, but one major focus and then kind of good, now focus on that. That's how I do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know you did you did your short film recently. What was that called?
I did. Gosh, you are all up on that internet. That one was called The Princess of Gambia.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, it was... my goodness. I don't know why it makes me shy to talk about anything but music. I guess because I'm mostly known for music. But I actually wrote that just to do a piece for my reel.
Wait, you wrote the story too?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you. I wrote it. It was only supposed to be 2 minutes long, and I got really into it. And the story kind of evolved, and I wound up doing this little short film, which actually did get interest from a major producer that wanted to kind of redo it and possibly make it into something. We'll see about that. But, the whole process of it was a lot of work, even for 12 minutes. I can't even imagine for like a 2-hour or one of these epic, 2-hour, 45-minute films. I'm like, oh my gosh. And especially if there's horses and locations and helicopters and stuff. Mine was in one room with 2 people. And it was so much work. But I loved it. I really loved it.
So that's amazing. And what was it? What was the basic storyline?
Well, it's so great. Sorry, your hair hiding again. I wasn't expecting to talk about this. You caught me off guard. The premise was about a celebrity, kind of a socialite type of celebrity chick that has already been known for not doing much with her life and just being famous for being famous. But then at a certain point goes and visits an orphanage in Gambia and winds up meeting this orphan, and this whole thing occurs with that, and then has such a change of heart, but that the perception of the world regarding her is very hard for her to change, and she's trying to change it and actually be like, no, I've changed, I'm a real person, like I want to change, but it's been hard to change in the face of the media and stuff like that. So that kind of condensed into like just a little 12-minute section of this person's journey and what they're doing.
Wow, I love that.
Thank you. And I loved it so much that at some point I may actually continue and do the whole story, because I have the whole story in my head, but yeah. It was really just supposed to be a 2-minute like monologue on a reel, and I couldn't stop. So,
well, you're a very creative soul.
Thank you.
Do it. So,
yes,
Jierra.
Yes.
Kim. All right. I just thought that, it would be a valuable lesson for other people who are in your same sort of position.
Yeah.
But earlier on
I wish we had slow music playing right now.
In their journey.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Okay.
We're talking journey?
So we're talking about your journey.
Hit me.
Okay. I know you said you've been through a lot.
I have.
You've had a lot of things happen.
Yeah, a lot.
Now, we don't need to get into the super long stories. But let's, for the sake of people who are trying to get into this business or thinking about wanting to do it.
Yeah.
What sort of story could you give us to tell them so they could learn from?
That's my long, wise beard.
I love it. I love your wise beard.
Well, story-wise, there's a lot of stories.
You don't have to name names.
No, I would never.
Okay, good.
No, I'm not.
I wouldn't want you to.
I'm not that person.
Okay, good.
It's actually too dangerous. I would say my best advice, first of all, as a female artist going into the music industry, before you do your vocal lessons, learn karate. Learn self-defense. You think I'm joking? No, that's a little too serious for your show.
Seriously, did someone actually try to get all up in that?
Hey.
Okay.
Hey. I'm just saying. Listen.
That happens in the acting business too.
It happens in the music industry too. I would say that it's a really good idea to, again, down to the heart of it, love what you do. Really, if you're gonna, that's not story-wise, but advice-wise, I'd say, I think anything you're really embarking on and you're gonna go, hey, I'm in this, here's the deal. With anything, I'm sure any area of business, whatever one decides to do. But I can only personally speak entertainment industry because that's what I've been in my whole life. There are some incredible joys to this, otherwise why would we do it, right? I mean, there's a lot of joy, at least for me. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of really hard things to deal with as well. You're dealing with rejection, you're dealing with other people's opinions of you all the time and this kind of stuff. Very dry periods where you have maybe no money and other times where you have some, and some real struggles that you have to go through. So I think at the bottom of all of that is, if you're gonna do it, really love it. And again, underneath that, because there have been times where I'm like, I don't love this anymore, and this is really, really hard.
But that's because of that kind of crap.
Right. Yes.
Right?
It's kind of, I've had to get to the point many times, and now, even sometimes on a day-to-day basis, like, okay, today I realize that I have to kind of pull apart the industry aspect of it and the original purpose of why, when I was 3 years old, I didn't know about the music industry. I just knew that there was something about music that fulfilled me, and I needed to be a part of it. And that is the truth of it. So we're taking something, and I could very easily just say, hey, this makes me happy. I'm just going to go and I'm going to perform in coffee shops and this and that, and there is nothing wrong with that. If I were doing it fully just to fulfill that for myself, that would totally be enough. But I have some big goals and purposes because of other things I actually want to do in life as well, and other things I want to be able to help change or bring awareness to or whatever. And for that, I've decided I want a larger platform. And I feel like music is a good vehicle for that. So because of that choice, I got to deal with the other stuff that comes along with it.
You got to deal with the skeezy elements.
And there are we all know, and we've heard it, and I used to watch, VH1 Behind the Music and be like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah. No, that's their story. Well, you know what? I've encountered a lot of things, and a lot of negative things too. So I'd say even underneath the love and, wow, I love music and I want to do this, again, going back to that purpose. If I could tell you one little story, actually, this is just what happened to me when I was a kid for music.
Yeah.
Purpose, again, there's a purpose for why I want to do what I do. And I learned it. This is hard for me not to get emotional on, actually.
What is it?
Oh,
what happened?
Shoot.
Oh my God.
I used to be with a performing group, and we'd perform all over Los Angeles and all over the place. And I think I was about only 8 or 9 years old, and we actually went to a prison. And it was questionable if we should be there at all, because when we got there,
what kind of prison?
It was a straight up, like, hardcore juvenile delinquency prison where these kids had done the worst things that you could imagine. And the thing that became, in question is that we realized they were setting us up in the yard. So they were setting up the chairs and everything and the sound system, and they told us, hey, you're going to be performing in the yard, and we're going to let all the prisoners out, and they're going to sit here, and you're going to be singing for them. And we were kids, And I remember feeling the tension of the adults that we were with, and I could feel that they were scared.
They were nervous.
And it was really in question as we were kind of like, we should just pack up and leave or not. And it was just like, and then the people started coming into the yard and sitting down, and we were like, okay. So I remember being scared. But we decided to go forward with it, and I was actually singing the opening number, so I sang, and it was cool. And then we did another one, and I'm never going to forget this. We got to a dance number, and still makes me emotional. We got to this dance number, and we started dancing, and I could see everyone. Now by this point, had been like, a couple songs in. You could see these human beings changing in front of you. And we actually had to stop the show because they got up and they were like, oh, show me that dance move. And we actually wound up, there were some older kids too, and I was one of the younger ones. But we were swapping dance moves, and for a moment, everyone was just influenced by this art that we were making something. And we were dancing and we were singing, and sorry.
Oh my God, you're making me cry
and
too.
It wasn't, that's a prisoner, or I'm a Caucasian, and that's an African American, and I'm here, and this is my family, and this is where I'm from. No, in that moment, it was, we all have souls, and we're all being influenced by this moment. And I saw something that I will never be able to forget. And in the times when I have no money, and I've been told for the 3rd time or the 18th time or whatever, I've been through situations musically where I've been told, you don't have it, you're not going to make it.
Screw those guys.
All kinds of stuff. But
screw those guys.
So when all of that gets a part of it sometimes, and it becomes challenging, that purpose for me, I can't shake it. Even when I've tried, even when there have been times where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, it's too hard. This industry thing, I can't handle it anymore. And I still go back to that moment where I have seen throughout my entire life, because I've performed around the world, there's so many moments like that I could tell you about, where I have seen human beings change in front of me because of something that I'm doing. And that's not because of, I am a part. I am honored to be a part of art. It does something. I'm only a piece in it. And that is what I wear, and that is where my heart is. So in the times that are challenging, I say to anyone out there, if you find that purpose for what you're doing, why you're doing it, even when it gets hard and stuff, you can't shake that. And it's valuable. What we do is valuable. So.
Thanks. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story. Now I'm being all emotional. This is ridiculous. Okay, so let's wrap it up. I'm going to just do our little thing.
My goal was to make you cry. But
okay.
I pulled an Oprah.
All right, here we go. I think that you are going to have a huge future.
Thank you.
Yes, just you're so skilled, you're so talented.
Thank you.
I'm just, that's one of the things that's so great about being able to do this show is that I get to have people like you before, you've done everything else that you're going to do, to come here and also help promote you. So I'm really happy to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. And I think you're awesome, and I love your presence. I've actually, viewers out there, I've had a little bit of time to spend with you recently outside of the show, and she's a lovely human being, truly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, it's been...
And scene.
Okay, I'm going to pay you a lot for that.
Yeah,
Okay, do it.
on camera.
Maybe we should do it again.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay. Anyways, so thanks again for coming on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Ding.
All right. Thank you for watching Jierra on
The Red Booth. See?